You've definitely seen Ali Abdaal's videos. His face on the right with a glowing neon outline and that big explainer screen on the left. Well, today I'm gonna show you exactly how to build that frame in After Effects. When I first saw that layout, I thought it's genius. It keeps Ali on the screen but leaves space for the teaching visuals. So I decided to recreate it from scratch. And the process actually turned out to be way simpler than I expected. By the end of this video, you'll know how to cut yourself out, add the neon effect, and build the left-hand screen template for your or your client's videos. The tricky part isn't about building it, it's about making it fast and reusable. And that's the part I'll show you at the end. First of all, click on the link in the description and come to videopilot.com, and you need to install this free plugin called Saber. So just scroll a little bit down, whether you're on Windows or on Apple, go ahead and download one. I'm on Apple, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on it, allow the download, come to the downloads, double click to unzip, and go ahead and install it. Because I already have it installed, I'm not going to install it, but it takes a couple of minutes, very fast. Next, we need to come to After Effects. I'm going to click here to create a composition. The width is going to be 1920 by height 1080, so it's going to be horizontal. Next, I'm going to press on Q to select the rectangle tool, and I'm going to click on it again to select the rounded rectangle tool. It's the equivalent of just pressing here and pressing on the rectangle tool. And now we need to create a shape. It can be something like this. In the align properties, if you don't have it, come to Window, Align. I'm going to align it vertically. I'm going to select the shape layer, press on P, and move it a little bit to the right. Now, if you want to customize the way it looks, you can still open the contents, the rectangle, come to the rectangle path. Make sure to click on this button so that the size doesn't scale proportionally. So if you scale it, it scales proportionally right now, but if you click here, you can just scale one of those. Let's also press on Command Y to create a solid, and let's make it gray, for example, and press on OK. I'm going to put it below our shape layer. Now, in order to create a big cutout, we have to do exactly the same thing. We just have to deselect the shape layer that we have, press on Q, and draw a big line, like so. With Ali, it's overlapping a little bit, so we're going to do exactly the same. Align horizontally, just to make sure it's perfectly in the middle. Now, let's take the right rectangle and put it to the top. We can give it a name, we can press enter, we can call it small rectangle. The big one we can call big rectangle, and for the small one we can even make it a slightly different color so it doesn't confuse us. So I'm going to come to the properties. Once again, if you don't have it, come to Window, Properties, and I'm going to change the fill color to a slightly darker shade of gray. So now we have our gray solid, big rectangle, and a small rectangle. Now I'm going to select all of this, and I'm going to press Shift Command C to pre-compose it. Basically, in After Effects we have compositions, and by pressing this, we are just putting all of this in a separate composition so that we can influence all the layers at once. Now, in order for the Saber effect to work, we have to use masks. I'm going to press Option Command Y to create an adjustment layer. I'm going to select our rounded rectangle tool, and now I'm going to draw a mask. The way you draw a mask is you have the adjustment layer selected and you just draw a mask around it. Let's just double check that it's perfect. The way I can double check that it's perfect is that I can have the mask selected, select the points like so, and I can move it with the arrow keys just a little bit higher so that it's perfect. To make sure you see things better, I'm going to go into the pre-comp, and I'm actually going to make it just black so that you can see it better. So let's select the mask, zoom in a little bit. Okay, so let's select it, move it a little bit up, like so. Now we can see it's not perfect on this side either, so I'm going to select it and move it a little bit to the left as well, like so. Let's double check. It's perfect. Now I'm going to press Shift/ in order to fit the screen. It's the equivalent of pressing here and fitting the screen, and we'll see that the mask is perfect. Now, in the very beginning, when you create the mask, you might see that the edges might be more circular for you, and the way you can customize it is you still hold the mask as if you are creating it, and then you customize the roundness with the scroll wheel. So you can see that's exactly what's happening. But we can delete this mask, and let's say you created the mask and it doesn't fit perfectly. Well, you can always just select it and then customize it a little bit like so, and by pressing shift you can make sure it is straight, so it's not at an angle like so. If you press shift, it's going to become straight. Now, having the adjustment layer selected, I'm going to search for our saber effect and apply it. Then I'm going to go into the customize core, and in the core type I'm going to select layer masks, and you will see it working straight away. Now I'm going to go and set the start size to be a little bit smaller, and you will see that we have the end size be blue and the start size we cannot really see. And now if we animate the mask evolution, you'll see that we'll have this thingy going around. So if I press a keyframe here and I go to, let's say, 1 second, and I scroll a little bit to the front, then I'm going to press on U and move the keyframe to the right. Let's take a look at what we have. If you go into the saber, you can also customize the different presets. So for example, you can press on core and it's going to become slightly different. You can go into the energy, it's going to be slightly different as well. One of the important things is the adjustment layer. It limits the effects to with everything that's within the adjustment layer. As you can see, there's nothing around it. However, if I duplicate our pre-comp by pressing Command D on it, and I select the adjustment layer, press on M, copy the mask and paste the mask to the pre-comp, and if I disable the adjustment layer and copy the saber preset and paste onto here, it's a slightly different effect. Now, if we select our pre-comp and if we go into the render settings, we can click on this composite settings and we can press on transparent, and it's going to become transparent. Now the edges are not limited by the mask, so if I disable this pre-comp and enable the adjustment layer, you'll see that it is limited within the frame of the mask, but right now it's not limited over here, so it goes beyond the mask, as you can see here on the edges. And you can customize it here as well. So let's search for something like neon, and then you can go ahead and customize the settings over here as well. Now I'll go into the project and import just one of the random videos. I'm going to drag it here, and I'm going to track matte this video to the small rectangle. So you'll see that everything we will see will only be within the small rectangle. I'm going to press on S to make it smaller, P to move it a little bit to the right. You'll see me here on the screen. And now if I go into our composition, you'll see exactly what we have here. So let me press on U to see the keyframes. Let's customize it a little bit, customize the evolution, something like that. Move it a little bit to the right, and here we'll put a keyframe to 0. So you can see a very similar effect. Now of course you can customize it to your liking. You can speed it up, slow it down, and control all the other different parameters here, so go ahead and experiment. Now, let me tell you how to make it reusable and reuse it very fast. I saved the After Effects project as a template, and whenever I want to use this effect, I just go ahead and press on Command D to duplicate it, and then I'll just go ahead and open it. Then I'm going to go into horizontal, and you'll see I have a couple of pre-comps. First of all, I have a composition called footage. It's where I literally just go ahead and copy footage from Premiere, or just go ahead and put it right here from the very beginning. So let's do exactly the same. Put our video here, put it here. Now, if I go into frames, you'll see me over here right away. That's just, I put myself roughly over there. Put it roughly in the middle because the speaker is usually in the middle of the video. So that's how I'd have it there. So we have a composition of this. It's already track matted. Now, if you want to do any animations or videos in the big frame, then I will also track matte whatever video I have for the animation to the big frame so that it doesn't go over the edges. And then the glow already is here because I already have the mask applied and it's ready to be exported. Like, it's as simple as that. So that's how you do it. If you like this video, you will like this video here, so go ahead and click on it.